Friends upstairs, Davante's coming.
Squat pretty good for French. Pretty good. He is good at this.
Questions?
A different vibe in there, Davante. How would you describe, after the game you said you really didn't have any words, how would you describe what's going on now?
I mean, at this point, don't get it confused. It's not a celebration that we have a new coach and, there's been changes made. We obviously, I think it was time, one way or the other, it was time for some sort of change, just to bring a little juice in and revitalize the team a little bit. And I think it's more of a mindset that we're trying to, not force, but just have moving forward to just be as positive as possible, and we do have a change, so there's more of a reason, like a definitive shift. We have a thing put in place now where we can say, all right, well, things are different now, but we got an opportunity to change it. So I think that's kind of the mindset we're having, just, trying to have fun and enjoy our time in this building, because I think, as we speak to each other, it's been too much of this has just been feeling like work too much and not having enough fun. So we just got to get back to that. And, before I say anything else, I just want to say, I really appreciate, Josh and Dave for bringing me here and going through what they went through in order to make this happen for me. And, I'm really appreciative of them because, if they didn't fight as hard as they did to try to make this happen, who knows how it would have, panned out. And it didn't end up being the storybook finish that we all, hope that it would be. But at the end of the day, you gotta, you can't live your life saying, what if I would have not came here? What if they would have never, taken the job? You gotta make decisions and then live with them, and you live and learn, and you get better. So I just want to throw that out there, that I appreciate them for this opportunity to get here. And as I've said countless times, I want to be a Raider, so I want to try to make this work and do everything I can to keep it going now.
What do Antonio and Champ bring to the table then in terms of that you're talking about?
It's just different, it's not, it's so new. We don't know if it's better, if it's, whatever, but it's something that's new, kind of like me leaving Green Bay. I didn't know what this would be. And I know there's a bunch of people saying, oh, did you make the right choice? It's like, you don't know, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Maybe it's the right thing, having, Josh going, maybe it's not, we don't know, but having new people in those higher up positions right now is just, it's just something to generate a shift and create some sort of positive flow in this building and get us going in the right direction. Because, it feels like we're down and out, and we haven't been playing the ball that we should be playing, but still so much ball left. Like, nothing's done. At the end of the day, we just created a little bit of a tougher opportunity for us, down the stretch. But, as long as you got opportunity, that's all you can ask for.
Working with Aidan.
Good. We've all been working and throwing together since camp, so it's not my first time catching balls from him. So it's been a shift. Jimmy's been hurt a couple times. Horry's been in there, so we've kind of had a little bit of everything, but it's been good.
Along the lines of what you're saying, your owner said that the reason you did it now is there's still time to play in the season. That there's time to get it fixed and to get it back on the right track. You look at the other 6 or so guys that's in that room. Do you feel like the answers can be within, and there's enough time for you guys to get this in there?
100%. Well, yeah, I don't know if you were listening. That's what I just said. So
I did.
I'm messing with you. But yeah, I do think that. I think, like I said, the shift that we have as far as like the mojo of the team right now, that helps a lot with us trying to create some positive energy to be able to make we got to make it happen now too. It's not like, oh, we got them, so let's work into it. Like, we're trying to we already got the offense and everything's in. It's just about putting us in the best positions, and that's going out there and finding a way, because that's what football is about. It's not the coaches calling plays, it's the players making plays. So, they're obviously going to do the best that they can do to put us in those good positions, and then we got to go finish it.
I know there was consulting with the players. I'm sure you were consulting. How much do you appreciate that not that you have that clout, but there's a respect level for you that you're consulting?
I genuinely appreciate it, and I don't look at any of the, whether it was Josh, because that was from everybody, and that's one of the things, that I really left out that I wanted to say. I appreciate those two guys in particular because I've never heard of really any other player other than maybe Aaron, Tom, like guys like that, getting the type of say that I would have, and not even just to say, because I don't want to make it seem like I was making decisions, but as far as just keeping me included in the open communication and encouraging me to share different things, even times where I didn't necessarily feel comfortable, because I wanted them to understand that I trusted them, and I didn't want to come in here acting like I knew everything. Especially it's different when you have a lot of history with a team or the general manager or whatever, but it's only been less than 2 years now, so I wanted to prove to them I trust you guys to do your thing, and they encouraged me still through all of that to be vocal and talk about things I wanted to do and all of that. So when you have that, that's the definition of just putting your ego to the side, and they're not going to do that for everybody, but obviously doing that for me, it meant a lot.
Antonio said yesterday that the best teams he's been on in the NFL is a player run, and he wants to get back to that here. What does that entail for you here as we move through the rest of the season, that this team's going to be player run?
It's just a reminder to us that I'm not, as AP, I'm not here to I'm not going to press a magic button. At the end of the day, I'm going to try to lead you boys and get your mind right and all of those things. But, it's not a magic button. It's the players, holding each other accountable out there, not to where, you don't want to be worried about your dad. You want your brother getting on you, saying, you got to do that. Because, I don't know about you, but in my household, when my brother would get on me or an older cousin or something, it just hits different. You're in trouble more with your dad, but you feel almost more like you don't want to let your brother down than your parents. It's just a kind of like a, just that brotherhood feeling. So that's kind of the way we look at it, and obviously him being a player, same way for him.
In talking with Mark Davis yesterday, he told me that he didn't necessarily want Antonio to coach so much as lead. As a player, what does that mean?
Yeah, just you need somebody that knows how to lead men, and that's not me saying that Josh wasn't that guy, but that's just what he's obviously alluding to. And because I think Josh was great at leading men. He had the right idea, and what he was looking for out of this team. I totally agree with everything that he wanted us to do. It's not like he was sending us out there with bad intentions or not with our best interest at heart. So that's basically what he's saying. But AP's not going to get in there and say run this play for Tay. You don't know any of our plays. He's over there coaching linebackers and dealing with the defense. So I think it's more about just having him shape our minds, getting us ready to go out there, and I'm already ready to run through a wall for that man. So it's a good feeling.
How have you seen Aidan grow, going back to the beginning of training camp to making his first start to now being announced a starter?
Well, Aidan's just a really consistent dude, man. You look at him when we're watching tape, we're watching it from the end zone copy, whether Jimmy or Brian's in there. You literally simultaneously he's doing, like, whether they're handing the ball off or faking and going into a play pass or whatever, you see him just working on his craft and just always ready for his opportunity. And, that means a lot because it's just been so much up and down and shifting with the quarterback. So having that type of mentality as a young guy, he could obviously sit back there quietly, but, the way he works on his body, all the things like that, it's a lot more mature than what I've seen from a first-year quarterback, in my history. In Green Bay, those guys were great, but I just see something different as far as his intentionality and the way he goes about his business. So it's a recipe for success.
You have a play caller. What are your thoughts on the ball? Can you change a lot offensively at this point, or is it kind of just
Yeah, you can definitely change. He's the OC now, and he can create new plays or whatever. So it's a bunch of new things that we can do. I don't see us reinventing our offense. I see us just maybe expanding on some more of our playbook and tweaking a couple of things based off what we see on tape. But for the most part, I like what we have in right now, and I can get behind Bo any day. He's a good smart football mind out there, and obviously being coached or led by Josh, you're going to learn a lot of things and be able to understand how to call a game. So looking forward to it for him for sure.
Jay, I have a random question, so I'm sorry. It's Day of the Day in the Latino community, and so today we believe that we can speak to those that have left us. Is there someone that comes to mind when you think of those that have left? And if so, who is it, and what would you say to them?
You put me on the spot a little bit. First, happy, what is it, Dia de los Muertos? Yeah, I watched Coco. Wait, is it Coco? What, is that what it's called?
Where they do the Dia de los Muertos celebration.
That's not the name of it.
There's another one, too.
Oh, there's another one for Dia de los Muertos.
Well, help me. I need it. It's going to bother me. What's the name of this? What is it called? It's a C, too.
Day of the Dead, of course.
Encanto, yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Yeah. Them too. Well, I'll probably have to say my cousin. I definitely dearly miss him. Lost him last year in the off season, so that's probably who I think of when I think of talking to, someone. I haven't lost anyone. Got both my parents and my grandparents, and so obviously that's a great feeling, and it's a blessed feeling to have. So I probably have to say my cousin. Definitely miss him, and yeah.
What's something you would say to him?
I would let him know that I miss him, and everything that we doing over here, everything I'm doing, I got him on my mind.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Cool.
Thanks, Davante.
August Luke can go and then Steve going there?
Aidan, what's the past 72 hours been like for you?
Obviously a little crazy. Just a lot going on around here and nothing I've been a part of before. I had one coach my whole time in college, so it's all pretty foreign to me. So, just trying to take it day by day, really minute by minute, and try to enjoy it as much as I can.
I know nothing's promised beyond this week, but it feels like they're giving you a chance to go out there and show that you could be the guy moving forward for the rest of the season. Does that change the mindset a little bit from what you experienced against the Chargers, where it was kind of an emergency situation?
I think you try to take one play at a time, no matter what the situation is, and because it's football, it could be your last play at any play, and so you try to take advantage of every opportunity, and it's all the same with this one.
You have experience now preparing as a starter, being a starter, against the Chargers. How much does that help now going into this week and this game?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a valuable experience for me. I got to, know what it's like, day before the game, day of the game, to be the guy that was going to play and then obviously have that experience in game. But, at the same time, it's a completely new team, new scheme we're playing against. So, it's a different challenge.
Any go-to game day routines?
I actually purposely don't have any routines because I don't want to not be able to do it and get in my head about it. So I'm purposely, not superstitious or anything like that.
How's the support of your teammates been, since being named the starter?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Definitely overwhelming to know the guys have my back and super supportive, both vocally and how they treat me and stuff. And so that gives me a lot of confidence in myself, and I appreciate that a lot from them.
I'm sure there's a relationship that you built with Bo being your position coach. How does that kind of help that transition from now that he's the play caller?
Yeah, I think he's the coach I've spent the most time with here. He's obviously runs our position meetings, and then I'm with him a lot extra, and so he's been awesome for me ever since I got here in OTAs and rookie mini camp. He's been super helpful and coach me and teach me, correct me, all the things that I've needed. So I'm super excited for him as well and the opportunity for him.
There's probably no book that's written that you could turn to kind of guide you through any of this. So what do you sort of rest on or rely on to get to deal with what you're about ready to deal with?
Yeah, I think for me it's my faith. I think I'm a Christian, and I think that in the good and bad in life there's a plan, and the Lord has obviously brought me to this point, and I've learned more than anything that when He wants me to play, I'll play, and when He doesn't, I won't. And so, I definitely rest in that. That allows me to sleep easy at night.
When did you, officially find out? Can you walk us through the conversation you had with Antonio, and how has it been having him in these last couple of days?
Yeah, it was obviously a crazy few days, and so we found out yesterday, and these conversations happen quick because we got to get going and start getting to work, and so they've again voiced their confidence in me and been super supportive of me from AP to Champ and Bo all alike. So again, just them being confident in me and showing that verbally has been huge for me.
Having one start already, how important is that? So it's not completely new going in.
Yeah, I think the experience is super valuable for me. I think the game reps are priceless, and I definitely learned a lot and got to, take what I learned and try to apply it to practice. And again, it's also now a different challenge and different team we're going against. So, at the same time you can reflect on it, but you got to take the challenge as it comes.
The Giants have 10 sacks in 2 games. Just what is it about the defensive front that's so difficult to defend?
Yeah, I think it's just the players. They have great players up front that play really hard and are dynamic, and so we're going to have to do a great job of playing hard and matching their intensity and executing.
With you see calling plays, how much of an adjustment is it going to be in terms of the communication part, and do you work on that in practice this week so it kind of transitions on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it'll be new for both of us. Obviously, I haven't played a lot in this league, and it's Bo's first time really calling plays, and so it'll be a new adjustment for both of us that we're obviously working on in practice. And he is my position coach, so I've obviously communicate with him a lot. I know what he's thinking on a lot of different things, so it's been helpful to, even if it's not at practice, just be able to communicate with him and hear what he's thinking.
Was there time for you to at least for a moment think that starting quarterback on board, or is there just no time for that?
Yeah, there's no time for that. It's like I said before, really 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute at a time, trying to fit everything you can in the day.
I know that the opportunity comes all different ways, and in this case, kind of replacing a veteran. And Jimmy, have you guys had a chance to talk at all? Has he given you any advice or anything like that?
Yeah, Jimmy, since I've been here, has been super supportive, and I obviously ask him questions, and even without me asking or prompting him, he gives me advice, and has helped me again since I've been here for months. And so it's been really awesome to watch him work and play, and he's been again super supportive. So it's awesome to have a guy like that I know has my back.
Aidan, random question. Today is the day of the day. Dia de los Muertos in our Lion culture. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it.
Yep.
Through Coco and
I know Coco.
Book of Life now. We discovered. So if there was somebody that has left you that you could select to come back, to speak to today, who would it be, and what would you say to them?
Yeah, definitely my older brother Sean. Just give him a hug. Yeah, we miss him.
What do you think he'd say to you today?
I think he'd be super, super excited. He was, one of my biggest fans, and loved this whole experience that I'm getting to have the opportunity to do, and so, I think he'd be super proud, and yeah.
Thank you.
And Aidan, sorry, but there's been a lot of talk about how the box is stacked for Josh Jacobs. Hard to get the running game going a little bit. Safeties playing closer to the line of scrimmage. Do you feel like you'll be able to maybe push the ball downfield and open things up in that regard for Josh in the running game?
I think the run game and the pass game have to complement each other. I think you need to do a good job on both to, again, they complement each other, so when you get one going, you normally are able to get the other one going. So I think we have to do a good job in both, just executing, taking one play at a time, and, knowing the situation and being smart situationally. So, like I said, Josh can get going, and, all the confidence in our offensive line and the rest of the offense that we're going to be able to do that.
Talking about Coach Bo earlier, what's he like as a coach, and what do you like about the the philosophy he likes to move forward with here now?
Yeah, Bo is an awesome coach. He's definitely a more relaxed coach than others, and he's works super hard. I mean, he watches so much film, and he's always in there watching film and trying to get as much information as possible. Always prepared, always has us prepared, and so it's been fun to see him work and kind of understand what he likes to do and how he likes to go about his weekly process. And it's been huge for me to be able to learn from him and see what he's watching, see what he's thinking. And man, I've learned a lot since I've been here, and a lot of it was because of him. So super excited for him.
You got any action on the basketball hoop in there?
Not yet. JJ and Davante are hogging it right now, and Jaden Grant was in there shooting. I think he beat them in Pig, but I haven't gotten any yet, but hopefully soon. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.